Hello and welcome to the Luscious Living Podcast. I'm your host, Celine Vilgan, holistic nutrition consultant and the founder of Luscious Living, where personal growth meets wellness. Hello, beauties. Welcome to another episode of the Luscious Living Podcast. Today, I want to talk to you all about clearing cystic acne. I have had several clients who come to see me for acne, but cystic acne is a whole other ballgame, especially if it's painful. It can be super uncomfortable, and it's just one of those things. When you have acne, you just notice it, and then you just feel that other people notice it. I've been there, and I'm just saying that from experience. I have not had cystic acne, but I have definitely struggled with acne. I used to use all those 10-step, well, okay, when I really say that, I am exaggerating, but I had tried so many different things for my acne, and I just thought I wasn't using the right products, and I wasn't scrubbing hard enough and cleansing enough, and it's like we just perpetually have this ingrained in us as women that we're just not enough or clean enough or scrubbing hard enough, or you know what I mean? It's exhausting. And so I wanted to create this episode for some really practical ways to clear acne, because acne is really essentially a pathogen of an internal balance. You know, I hear often that it's like, oh, your acne is from touching your face too many times, and maybe a small percentage of it, but cystic acne is not from that. It's actually, today I want to talk to you about a hormone perspective, and then really looking at Chinese dietary therapy as well at that, because when I look at this from a Chinese dietary perspective, so Chinese medicine, I look at dampness in the body. When there's dampness, and especially for cystic acne, it's damp heat, typically, okay? And this is actually also relevant for acne in the back, and acne in the back, or like cystic acne, can be related to spleen dampness, okay? And so I'm not actually going to get into that, but I'm just going to get into solutions. So today's episode is really holistic nutrition based for solutions for cystic acne. And we're going to actually start things off by talking about hormone health, of course. So cystic acne is typically from an overproduction of testosterone, because testosterone leads to excessive sebum production, which then can increase the risk of inflamed sebaceous glands, right? So then they become essentially, I am not a dermatologist, so I don't have the proper terminology, but like, you know, you get these flamed, swollen kind of and bumps essentially. But then I also look further, okay, well, what causes overproduction of testosterone? So testosterone is key, okay, here. And what causes excess testosterone for females is excess sugar intake. And you might be thinking, well, Celine, I eat super clean, and I don't know why I'm still getting acne. I only eat like honey and yogurt and whatever it is. But I had actually a wonderful gal come to talk to me for cystic acne on her back, and she ate very clean, but foods like yogurt and, you know, like tofu, tempeh, these can be very foods that really create more of a damp environment in the body. So what she was eating was exacerbating it. And so sugar can also create some dampness in the body as well. So that's kind of really playing in the Chinese medicine perspective as well. So my point is that we actually want to decrease this damp environment and decrease sugar. And I don't mean not enjoying dessert, because I literally have blueberry muffins in the oven as I record this podcast. And it's not to say don't enjoy sugar, because I think that's not a fun way to live. And we also need sugar from fruit, from vegetables, honey, maple syrup, whatever your preference there. And so I'm actually going to provide you with some alternatives, okay? Instead of cutting out sugar, which is just, everyone's heard that, but it doesn't really make sense. Let's talk about 5 simple solutions here for decreasing sugar, and therefore this is going to also target cystic acne, okay? And then we're going to actually end on 5 different perspectives to decrease dampness and damp heat, okay? So number 1 is to start the day with a high protein and savory meal. This is not a juice, especially, again, I'm like really focusing on cystic acne, not juice, not a smoothie, not yogurt and granola. This is ideally going to be eggs, though you might be sensitive to eggs if you do have a lot of dampness. But this could, I know it sounds strange, but chicken in the morning for breakfast, fish, chickpeas. Tempeh could work for you. Obviously, every woman is different. Or any man who is listening to this as well, this is relevant. But you want to have something, even say steel-cut oatmeal with some walnuts and blueberries. You want to have something that is, not yogurt, smoothie, granola, or juice, okay? Number 2 is to actually have protein with each meal and snack. So this is going to look like beef jerky, hard-boiled eggs, a good plant-based protein powder, not Vega though, because I see a lot of women get bloated from that. It could be cottage cheese if you tolerate that as well. So you just want to make sure you're stabilizing blood sugar, because imbalanced blood sugar also impacts testosterone, okay? And we see this primarily with women with PCOS. So having protein with each meal and snack to stabilize blood sugar, which will also help ward off sugar cravings. Number 3, increasing ginger tea. So ginger can actually affect glycemic control in the body because it inhibits certain enzymes that are involved with carbohydrate metabolism. And I have linked a study for you below, but ginger tea is also really going to help with that dampness. If you find that your stomach burns, or if you get too hot from ginger, it might not be right for you. And in that case, we would actually want some cooling herbs. And this is why nutrition is so, so unique and to each individual. Now, number 4 is a 10-minute walk after meals can also help with blood sugar balance. Okay, that's really the key here, is blood sugar balance. And then the 5th step is to supplement with magnesium, a magnesium glycinate. And specifically, I like a oil or a spray, just a way to have it transdermally, because your body absorbs magnesium the best through the skin. And it's involved in over 300 processes in the body. Sugar and coffee deplete it. And then you're also going to get some pretty crazy chocolate cravings and sugar cravings if you don't have enough magnesium or protein, hence why those 2 have been chosen here, okay? So start your day with high protein and savory, have protein with each meal and snack, increase ginger tea, 10-minute walk, and magnesium intake. Now, when we look at the Chinese medicine perspective with damp heat, this is cystic acne in the back. This is cystic acne along the jawline. You'll notice it's pretty well usually along the jawline, right? I want you to do 5 things here. So 4 of them are going to be adds, and then the 5th one is going to be an avoid or decrease. Number 1, increase dark leafy vegetables, okay, such as spinach, such as collards, such as kale. These are going to be so, so important. If you're getting actually any sort of jawline acne, I want you to have more cruciferous vegetables in that case. So this is the broccoli, the kale, the cauliflower, the bok choy, okay? The next step here is to drink warm lemon water in the mornings. And I want you to cook your foods lightly by steaming or sauteing them. Okay, so that's going to be really, really important as well as a cooking method. movement. Again, that 10-minute walk after meals. It could be yoga. It could be qigong. It could be HIIT. It just depends on which season of life that you're in right now. That could mean hormonally. It could mean maybe you're going through an injury or just a season of your life where you're not intensely exercising, or maybe it is your intense exercise season, okay? And the last one is to really avoid dairy. This is also vegan dairies, if you will. I know that doesn't really make sense, but vegan cheeses, even coconut yogurts right now, especially if you're getting, this is not always, this is just temporarily. But ice creams, cheeses, milks, also spicy, hot foods, alcohol, again, sugar, fried foods. Those are going to be really important because they will aggravate those symptoms of cystic acne. So dark leafy greens, warm lemon water in the mornings, cooking your foods lightly by steaming or sauteing, moving your body, moving that circulation and energy. And number 5 is avoiding dairy. This is both, animal-based as well as plant-based. Okay, so there you have it. You have 10 simple tips for clearing cystic acne. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if this helps. It would mean the world to me if it does, and I get to hear about it. So thank you so much for watching or listening. I hope you have an incredible rest of your day. And seriously, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. I really do. Have a blessed day.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Please give the show a 5-star review if you feel like you learned something new today. All of the mentioned links will be in the show notes. And also, are we connected on Instagram? Find me over at _lusciousliving_ and come say hi. See you next episode.